Today it's time to talk about the Quest 3. Now this is a brilliant headset, yes indeed, but I have now owned this thing for a little over a month and it's time to do another little mini review on it and really just talk about my gripes, the things that I found that I don't like about this headset, and of course some of the things that I genuinely love about this headset. On top of that, I've also dropped in some tips and tricks into this video as well, just to help you through your learning days of picking up a Quest 3 and what it's going to mean for you. Let's talk about some of the things that I love and or hate about this headset. Now, one of the biggest things that I would say that bugs me the most about the Quest 3 is sadly its battery life. Now, it's not the worst by any means, and you're still going to be cranking a couple of hours out of this thing when you're in a gaming session, but it very much does depend on what you're doing with the headset as to how long that battery life is going to last. If you're in mixed reality, say for instance, you're going to be draining that headset pretty dang quickly. I'm talking maybe an hour and a half, and it's going to be drained dry. If you're in VR, then you're probably going to get just over 2 hours with this thing, which isn't too bad, but it's still kind of frustrating. Now, I'm sure that most of you are aware at this point that there has been some issues with things like the external batteries not being quite high enough sort of powerage to charge this headset, as well as not, drain at the same time. Now, I will say definitely it seems to be a varied experience when it comes to this battery draining issue. Me personally, I haven't massively suffered with this, but I do suffer with the fact that the headset just doesn't last as long as I would like it to, even with the aid of things like Bobo batteries and stuff like that, not in the same way that the Quest used to. And really the workarounds are you need to have your Bobo batteries going on there when your battery is already at 100%, and then you're going to get the most sort of longevity out of this headset, because you can drain through a few batteries before you rely on the actual battery of the headset itself. So that is the answer to this. It's a bit of a pain, but it is what it is, and hey ho. Now let's talk about games when it comes to the Quest 3. This thing is so dang powerful. When you get to see it in its full full glory, I say that with air quotations because honestly I don't think we've seen what the Quest 3 is even capable of yet. But when you jump into something like Into the Radius or Red Matter or Resist, these games just look stunning, like almost feel like you're in PC VR level of stunning. Of course we still have like a little way to go, don't get me wrong, this isn't like a 4090 playing VR, but at the end of the day this is like a mid to low tier PC playing VR, which is incredible when you think about the fact that this is just a standalone headset. So I feel like we've seen the vision for the future, but now we kind of need to start seeing those games coming out with it. We are seeing a trend at the moment of all these new games dropping that don't have Quest 3 support, which sucks, or they have incredible issues with them because they were developed for Quest 2 and only Quest 2, and now that they're coming out on the Quest 3 you're starting to see like these weird errors. Something like Foglands, which I even spoke to a developer about this. They said that basically they weren't geared up ready for the Quest 3. It just sucks. Now when it comes to older games, I kind of don't mind the fact that they're taking their time to enhance their games and bring them to the Quest 3, but when it comes to new games dropping, I feel like it should be a requirement by this point in order to have those games be Quest 3 compatible by minimum, or of course have them enhanced by the Quest 3. Now I know these things take time and money, and I'm asking for things that aren't just easy to provide, but nonetheless it's something that I want to see sort of very quickly become the new normal, especially over the next 2 or 3 months, because that's going to give time for developers that are releasing in those next few months to really, do the best they can with the Quest 3 updates and the enhancements of the game. Now, a massive tip for everybody out there, and this does require spending money, I know, but the audio solution in the Quest 3, the built-in one, actually pretty damn good. But if you're like me and you're recording or you don't want to bug the people around you, then something like this is going to be very important to you. These are the P10 Soundcore wireless earbuds, and honestly these have been worth every single penny I spent on them. They cost me around 90 British pounds. In fact, I think I got them on a small deal which took them down to about 70, nearly 80 pounds, and honestly best money I've spent ever. They come with a little dongle that plugs into the side of the Quest 3. This also works with the Quest 2. If you're a Quest 2 owner and you're looking for this would work for both the Quest 2 and Quest 3, so worthy of the upgrade when you upgrade to the next headset as well. The way this works is you have like a little dongle that goes into the side of the headset, giving it lossless Bluetooth, because apparently you can't just build that into the headset. Why at this point, I don't know. But anyway, it gives you lossless Bluetooth to the earbuds so that you can have that freedom of not having big earphones on, so you're not getting hotter and sweatier than you need to be in virtual reality, which is a thing if you're doing a physical game. Trust me, it makes a huge difference not having to have big ear cups on, heating you up even more. One of the other points I definitely want to talk about is that goddamn microphone. I really hope that they do something software wise to fix this thing, because right now when you're conversating with other people in virtual reality using your Quest 3 microphone, it's kind of bad.
It's what the Quest 2's microphone sounds like. This is what the Quest Pro's microphone sounds like. And finally, this is what the Quest 3's built-in microphone sounds like.
It's not the best microphone, and it's baffling to me because its placement should suggest that it shouldn't pick up on the plosives the way that it does, but yeah, it definitely does. It sounds kind of bad, and honestly it's a bit of a pain in the bum. So if you are using this thing to mainly be your microphone when you're in virtual reality, just know that it's not that great and you might need an external mic. So it is what it is. The Quest 3 and mixed reality is an incredible experience. Honestly, I've been really enjoying the mixed reality experience on the Quest 3. It's kind of the headset seller in my opinion. Now, we do have quite a few experiences that are already available. Some are much more full fat than others. Something like Drop Dead the Cabin is a very full experience, or really the Aspire game has a very full experience as well. I love it. I think it's been one of the biggest pros for me on the Quest 3. I will say I cannot wait for us to start seeing more mixed reality games come out that aren't just those short experiences like with the Ghostbusters game. And I think there's a short experience that's going to be tagged onto the Stranger Things game as well. But, you know, they're fun to experience just alongside your VR game, so I'd kind of like to see that still happen, where you get these short experiences with every VR game. But I also want to see some made for mixed reality experiences coming our way as well soon. Hopefully. Now that we've spoken about some of my highs and lows with the Quest 3, it's time for a bit of a conclusion. Was this thing worth the money? Is it worth the money to upgrade from a Quest 2? And is it a must-have device? Now, for me, this is a yes. This is definitely worthy of all of those answers. This is worth the money. It is worth the upgrade, and it is a great device. So I hope you found this video helpful, and it's answered a few of the questions that you may have if you're still on the fence about owning one or not. And of course, you know, living with a headset for a month, it kind of gives you time to really notice its downfalls as well as its really strong points. So yeah, I'm glad to say that I still love this thing, and I'm glad to say that this has been worth the money. So very cool on all of those fronts. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, stick around for all the Questy goodness that's on this channel, of course, as well as PSVR 2 and PC VR and all other VR. I mean, it's just VR. Give me all the VR and mixed reality now. Very nice. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. Goodbye.